Very good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the current affairs classes. I hope you all are doing well. So today we are going to start with the 23rd and 24th news analysis. Okay, and at the end, as we have been practicing, we will be discussing top 5 MCQs from the discussion. So first news in the ESI Finance and Business category is regarding National Consumer Helpline. This is important. So your National Consumer Helpline, the NCH, National Consumer Helpline, it has partnered with over 1,000 companies under its convergence program to expedite grievance resolution. This is the news. Now, what you have to remember, what is this National Consumer Helpline? This National Consumer Helpline basically is providing you a platform where you can lodge your complaints and you can easily get your grievances redressal over here. Okay, so this provides quick redressal and the transparent process of grievance redressal over the platform. You can lodge all the complaints. So this is the thing, and it has partnered with more than 1,000 companies. Why? So as to expedite this process of providing redressal to consumer grievances. Next news. Government of India is set to launch a national campaign. Remember this. Ab koi bahana nahi. Okay, in New Delhi on 25th November it has launched basically. So what is this new campaign? What is the aim of this campaign? Ab koi bahana nahi. So this campaign basically aims to eliminate your gender-based violence. Okay, so remember this campaign caters to what? This campaign caters to elimination of gender-based violence. 25th November it has been launched by Government of India. Okay, and it is a collaborative effort, remember, between Ministry of Women and Child Development, Rural Development, and also support from the UN Women. Okay, so you have three stakeholders here: Women and Child Development Ministry, Rural Development Ministry, as well as UN Women. Remember this. And it has also been in synchronization with Nai Chetna 3.0. I will be discussing this thing in the current affairs further only in this PDF. Okay. And one more important thing which you need to remember is 25th November, which is International Day for Elimination of Violence Against Women. So remember this day, okay? 25th November is celebrated or observed as International Day for Elimination of Violence Against Women. That's why this date has been chosen to launch this initiative, okay? Remember, ab koi bahana nahi. Then one important fact can be there that the Union Ministry of Minority Affairs has launched Hajj Suvidha App 2.0 in New Delhi. Hajj Suvidha App. This is to assist all the pilgrims going to Hajj, right? Then you have Union Rural Development Minister launching third edition. As I told, I will be discussing this thing with you. Third edition of Nai Chetna. What is this Nai Chetna? This is to empower women, raise awareness regarding elimination of domestic violence, any form of violence against women, right? So remember, third edition. Number of edition can also be important. Which edition? Third edition. That's why Nai Chetna 3.0 we call it. So Nai Chetna ka third edition. What is the tagline? Pehla badlav ki. Pehal badlav ki, sorry. Pehal badlav ki. So the tagline is Pehal badlav ki for Nai Chetna 3.0. 25th November only it has been there, and it is a national campaign to aware and make people aware and initiate a drive against your gender-based violence through lot of grassroots initiatives. So this is also against gender-based violence, okay? One more important fact which we have here is the slogan. So the tagline is Pehal Badlav Ki, but then what is the slogan of this Nai Chetna 3.0, the third edition? The slogan is, remember, Ek Saath, Ek Awaaz, Hinsa ke Khilaf. Okay, so the slogan is Ek Saath, Ek Awaaz, Hinsa ke Khilaf. Remember the slogan. Then you have another very important fact coming from here. Zomato is all set to be a part of the BSE Sensex. BSE Sensex, you all know, is a consortium of 30 top companies performing the best in terms of market capitalization, right? So it is a stock market index that reflects the performance of 30 largest and most actively traded companies in the BSE. So BSE Sensex ka Zomato is going to become a part, but then it is going to replace the JSW Steel. Remember this thing as well. Okay, it is going to replace JSW Steel and becoming a part of BSE Sensex Zomato. I hope this is clear. Then next we have Finance Ministry has given nod for consolidation of the IFCI group. So there is amalgamation of this IFCI group. They want to consolidate it. IFCI group is primarily working for industrial financing, right? Long-term industrial financing. So they want to consolidate it. And this, as a result, after this permission, it would entail merger of IFCI Limited and your Stock Holding Corporation of India Limited, and also other group companies of IFCI Limited. So this is going to be an amalgamation of merger of Stock Holding India Limited plus IFCI Limited plus other group companies of IFCI Limited. Remember this, okay? Then in the regulatory bodies news, we have something important coming from SEBI. SEBI has proposed disinvestment or diversification in the ownership of clearing corporations. So these clearing corporations, you know, they are generally owned by the stock exchanges. Now SEBI has proposed what? So this is going to be important. Pay attention here. Very important. SEBI has proposed that these clearing corporations owned by stock exchanges should disinvest themselves, or the ownership of these stock exchanges should get disinvested. Okay. So certain norms have been, guidelines have been proposed. Let's see. So this is the thing which are currently, as I told you, 100% owned by the stock exchanges. Like you have your clearing corporation of BSE, of NSE, right? In the equity segment. You have their own clearing corporation. They have their own clearing corporation. BSE 100% owned by BSE. NSE ka 100% owned by NSE in the equity segment. But then there are others in the commodity segment, etc. We are talking about the equity one, right? So they want, SEBI wants that this should be diversified. It should not be, the ownership of these clearing corporations should not be concentrated into hands of these stock exchanges only. That has to be diversified. So at present, if you see, there are two clearing corporations in the equity market. One is owned by BSE and another by NSE. And after this, what SEBI has proposed is that all these clearing corporations, they should retain 49% of their holdings. They should retain 49% of the holdings, while exchanges like NSE, BSE, they should be provided with a 5-year window to bring down their stake from 51% to 15% only. Remember, this is important. It has said that 49% of the stake can be retained by the clearing corporation themselves, but then the remaining 51%, it should not be held by the exchanges, right? Now for that, they are provided a 5 period of time frame. Remember this thing as well. 5 years of time frame. 5 years of time frame will be provided. In this time frame, they will be diluting their stake from 51% to how much? This is again important, remember, only 15%. What about the other? The remaining stake, that should be sold out, okay? The remaining shares should be sold out to other entities. So this is to decentralize the ownership of these clearing corporations, diversification. Remember, stock exchange ke liye 5-year ka period they are providing. Also, they have proposed that these clearing corporations may, the stake of the exchanges, stock exchanges, should get diluted from 51% to 15%. I hope this is clear. Then moving on to banking news. The Central Bank of India has got approval from RBI to enter into the insurance business. So it is now will be working in the insurance sector as well, insurance business, through a joint venture. Now this joint venture will be with whom? It will be with General AI Group under the Future General AI India Insurance Company Limited. This partnership will be there. Okay. So if you see, the FGIICL will be providing you personal insurance, commercial insurance, social, rural insurance, and the FGILICL will be providing insurance investment plans like ULIP. So what are these ULIPs? Unit linked investment plans. They provide you investment opportunities as well, apart from the basic insurance cover. So this, remember, Central Bank of India will be working in insurance sphere as well. Can be important fact, please remember that. Then we have RBI. RBI has directed the RBL Bank to pay a fine of 61.4 lakh. So this fine of 61.4 lakh has been imposed on RBL Bank. Why? For violating the KYC directions or KYC norms related directions. So remember, RBL Bank pe 61.4 lakh rupees fine has been imposed by RBI for violation of the KYC related norms. Then we have UPI 123 Pay. UPI 123 Pay ka limit has been increased. It is going to be very significant for all the upcoming examination. This is something not only right now in news. When we have discussed on I think 9th of October, there was this MPC meeting, Monetary Policy Committee's meeting, and I have made a separate video on the MPC highlights. In that video, I have explained you all these decisions which were taken, which were proposed to be implemented. Now it has been implemented, right? In that class also, we have discussed UPI 123 ka transaction limit, wallet limit, whatever they have increased. UPI Lite was also in news, right? So please go through that video. That is also important for all upcoming examination. Whatever MPC decisions have been taken, have been discussed over there. So similarly, the same news is here. UPI 123. 123 is what? It enables you internet free transactions, right, and quick transactions. So if you don't have proper access to internet, you can freely and quickly transact. That UPI 123 facility, to increase this reach of this facility and number of transactions, the transaction limit has been increased, remember, from rupees 5,000 to 10,000. Okay, from rupees 5,000 to 10,000, remember that. And NPCI has instructed banks and service providers to implement this change. It is going to be effective immediately, and it supports 4 payment methods. You can remember this. The IVR, interactive voice response, can be there. Then missed calls के थ्रू भी हो सकता है. OEM, original equipment manufacturer apps, and sound technologies. You need not remember all of them. Just remember at least the amount which has been increased, okay? If not these payment methods which it supports. So 5,000 to 10,000 it has been increased. This is very significant. Then next news is Jammu Kashmir Bank. The Jammu and Kashmir Bank has introduced virtual ATM service. Virtual ATM service. It is going to use technology for financial empowerment, particularly in the rural region. So for this, it has created a partnership with Paymart India Private Limited. Remember, Paymart India Private Limited, and it is going to enhance the rural coverage of the ATM services. So digital or virtual ATM service, right? You know, these virtual ATM services quite gaining significance nowadays. So Jammu and Kashmir Bank has also adopted this. Then we have Punjab National Bank. It has become a signatory. Signatory to what? So PNB has become a signatory to the globally recognized PCAF, Partnership for Carbon Accounting Financials. Partnership for Carbon Accounting Financials. What is this? After this becoming a signatory of this PCAF, the Punjab National Bank's commitment to transparency and your proactive climate action will be highlighted. So it is going to adopt such standards and measures which will reduce greenhouse gas emissions or greenhouse GHG emissions related to lending activities, investment activities, etc. Also, it will be supporting those projects which are sustainably sound or which are working towards green energy transition and reducing the overall GHG emissions. So banks nowadays are determined towards your net zero target. Okay, net zero emission ka target mein banks are also playing very significant role. Not only banks, but other financial institutions. We keep on discussing these things in regular CA, right? So remember, PNB has become part of this. It has signed the PCAF. Then we have IndusInd Bank and the UNICEF. The IndusInd Bank and the UNICEF, they have announced a strategic partnership to support disaster resilient communities and climate risk informed efficient administrative system as a part of flagship CSR program. So they have announced a partnership to support this disaster resilient and climate risk informed administration system. What is it going to do? It is going to enhance government policies, help enhance government policies and develop climate informed administrative systems. They are going to assist in such policy implementations which are helping in implementation of climate informed administrative systems, where the policies, the schemes will be in synchronization with climate change, right? So you will be updated, government entities, authorities will be updated about the climate change, and accordingly the policies will be formulated. So this partnership basically aims towards climate change resilience plus disaster risk resilience. I hope this is clear. And particularly 5 select districts they have been targeting. So remember the name of the districts as well, which all are the districts. So you have the Dharashiv in Maharashtra, then you have Begusarai in Bihar, then Virudhnagar in Tamil Nadu, Baran in Rajasthan, and then Bharet in UP. Okay, and this initiative is a part of your holistic rural development program, the climate action portion. They will be developing real-time monitoring solutions for monitoring the climate change and weather updates, right? Is going to help in disaster resilience as well. Then we have the SBI introducing customized vehicle loan product for Uber's fleet partners to support the growth of ride-hailing industry. Now, these special category loans launched by SBI, which are customized vehicle loans, they are going to be low cost. So interest, basically, what is the cost of loan? Cost of loan is the rate of interest which you have to pay. So they will be low cost. That means interest will be less and they will be hassle free, quick disbursal for all the Uber fleet partners, right? So this is going to provide financial solutions to your Uber's entire vehicle fleet. Clear? This is the thing. Then next, moving on to the national and state news. In national news, you have very important fact. Ladakh has become the first place in the country to deploy hydrogen buses for public transport. Okay. Please remember this information. Ladakh has become first place in India to deploy such hydrogen buses. In public transport. This is going to be very important fact. Ladakh is the first place in the country to deploy hydrogen buses for the public transport. Remember. And they are part of the green hydrogen mobility project in Ladakh. Okay, the project, which comprises of 1.7 megawatt of solar plant, green hydrogen filling station, which has a capacity of 80 per day, and 5 hydrogen intracity buses. So this is quite significant. And each bus you see has a capacity to cover a distance of 300 kilometer per single filling of hydrogen of 25 kg. So you need not fill it every time. With a single filling of how much? 25 kg of hydrogen, they can go up to 300 kilometers. Okay, 300 kilometers. Remember this. Yes, the demo classes of ESI and finance on YouTube have been over. Now the demo classes are happening in the paid courses only. Okay. So remember Ladakh. Then in the state news, we have not too much to discuss, only 2 news. So NTPC Green Energy Limited has signed an agreement with New and Renewable Energy Development Corporation of Andhra Pradesh. Why this agreement has been signed? This is to set up some renewable energy projects in the state. Okay. This is not so much significant. You can skip this news. Then we have Cyclone Fengal in news. Okay. Cyclone Fengal in news. So remember, Cyclone Fengal is forming in where? So it is forming in the Bay of Bengal. Remember the name and the location, and this is the thing. And this name has been suggested by Saudi Arabia, remember. So this naming rotates between countries, right? You must be knowing about that. So remember the Cyclone Fengal developing over the Bay of Bengal. This name has been given by Saudi Arabia. Talking about MOUs and mergers, acquisition, we only have one news in this. Tata owned Air India has signed an agreement with Bengaluru Airport City Limited to establish a facility for aircraft maintenance engineering. For aircraft maintenance engineering, they have signed this agreement. Okay. In which they will also be providing basic maintenance training, etc. Then in Science Tech, we also have this news. This is very important. The IISc researchers, Indian Institute of Science researchers, have devised a new language called Strong. Remember the full form of Strong. This is important, I am telling you. Okay. So please remember what is this Strong stands for. A Strong here stands for string representation of nanopore geometry. String representation of nanopore geometry. This is what Strong stands for. Okay. I hope you will be remembering this. String representation of nanopore geometry. This has been developed by some researchers at IISc. Now what does it do? It basically encodes. Encodes what? Encodes the shape and structure of nanopores in the form of a sequence of characters so that it can be decoded further. Now this thing, what is nanopore and what is the importance of this? Why are we discussing it? Nanopores have a wide range of application. The decoding of nanopore or application of nanopore, if you try to understand, is also relevant for cancer treatment, right? With the help of these nanopores, the researchers can further study about the DNA molecules. Also, it helps in cancer treatment. So nanopores are very, very important, and that's why this technology is also important. I hope this is clear. And this language has been devised by, remember this name as well, Anant Govind Ranjan's lab. Okay. Now this new technology, which is in news, it can be used to train any machine learning model to predict the properties of nanopores. And when you are able to predict the properties of nanopores, you have a wide range of application like in cancer treatment, DNA molecule studying, etc., etc. Right? So this was first news. Then next is in the Science Tech section, an implementation agreement has been signed between ISRO and Australian Space Agency. So our space agency ISRO as well as the ASA, the Australian Space Agency, they have signed an agreement. For what? This is for strengthening cooperation in space activities between these two countries, Australia and India, where they will be creating new crew module and also creating crew and crew module recovery for the Gaganyaan mission. You see, Gaganyaan mission, you all must be knowing. The manned mission, right, where we will be sending these people. So Gaganyaan mission mein, they want to foster this collaboration to create this crew recovery model where they can recover the crew safely from the mission, right? This is the collaboration they want to work upon under this agreement between ISRO and ASA for the Gaganyaan mission. The human space flight, as I told you, the manned space flight program. They want to demonstrate via this Gaganyaan mission the space flight capability at lower Earth orbit. Okay. And 3 crew members will be sent for up to 3 days. Talking about reports and indices, so we have Niti report, Niti Aayog's report. This is important. Niti Aayog's report has suggested something. What is this suggestion? So Niti Aayog's report has suggested that the government must include coking coal in the list of critical minerals. Government must include coking coal in the list of critical mineral and provide a special dispensation of coking coal so as to enhance the domestic production of the key raw material for steel production. Now the Niti Aayog has suggested this thing. So what are these critical minerals? You know, lithium, etc. They, all these minerals which are being used in green energy technologies, or say renewable energy based technologies, all these are critical minerals which have a wide range of application, be it in semiconductor industry, in say green energy, renewable energy transition industries, etc. Also the rare earth minerals which are very rarely available. These are some critical minerals essential for the future industries like these. Okay, now they want coking coal to be there. Why? Why? Because this is quite important raw material for the production of steel, right? And if you see the quality of coal available in India, we have abundant coal. Now you will be asking, when we have so much of coal and coal mines all over there, why do we import? So the thing is, good quality coal is not abundantly available in India. Remember, the good quality coal, which is anthracite, is not available. We have low quality coal available, which has a lot of ash content, right? Pollution, that's why, is the major consequence of it, and less of sulfur content. So this is the thing, we have the bad quality of coal like bituminous, peat, lignite, not the anthracite one. Okay, so remember this thing. So this report titled Enhancing Domestic Coking Coal Availability to Reduce the Import of Coking Coal, right? As I have told you, they want to reduce the import of such coal so that the import bill also reduces, right? So when you include this thing in critical minerals, proper, timely, in good amount dispensation will be allowed. So that would be catering to the domestic demand of this raw material. It will be domestic demand cater hogi with the supply. Then you see, you will not be able to, you will not be required to import the coking coal, right? If the supply is coming from the domestic sources only. This is the thing. And the European Union has declared this ingredient as critical raw material with other 29 such. So remember, European Union has already declared coking coal as critical mineral. Niti Aayog has suggested this for India, but EU has already done this. So please remember this thing, this is important. Then awards, if we talk about awards, the 55th International Film Festival of India is there, and you know, at this 55th International Film Festival of India, the results of Creative Minds of Tomorrow awards were announced. Creative Minds of Tomorrow. So what are these awards? Best Film Award is won by Gulu, by Team Green. Then you have Best Actor Award going to Pushpendra Kumar for film Gullu. Then you have Best Actress Award going to Vishakha Nayak. And then you have, so Vishakha Nayak Best Actress Award. Remember these categories. And 100 young participants, they have been chosen for contest. It was divided into 5 teams and 20 members each. And they were also tasked for creating a short film within a span of 48 hours. So these awards are there in news. Then we have Department of Animal Husbandry and Dairying has declared the winners of National Gopal Ratna Awards. This is something very important. National Gopal Ratna Awards, which is one of the highest national awards in the field of livestock and dairying. Okay, one of the highest awards in the field of livestock and dairying. So let's see. On 26 November, they have been awarded, conferred by Union Minister Rajiv Ranjan Singh. And the award is conferred in 3 categories, remember. Best Dairy Farmer, Rearing Indigenous Cattle Buffalo Breeds, Best Artificial Insemination Technician, Best Dairying Cooperative or Milk Producer or Dairy Farmer Producer Organization. So from this year, remember one thing, from this year, this department has incorporated a special award for the northeastern region states, the NER states, all the northeastern states of India. For them, the department has created special category of awards which will be provided, okay, in all these three categories under the National Gopal Ratna Awards. So the awards will be discussed in further CA classes, who all are the awardees, that would be covered, okay. But this is about the award, so the awardees who have won the awards will also be discussed, don't worry about that. If you see the cash prizes, it will be 5 lakh for first rank, 3 lakh for second rank, and 2 lakh for third rank, and 2 lakh for the special award of northeastern region as well. Then you have Prime Minister honored with the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Global Peace Award for Minority Upliftment. This is very, very significant. Remember, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has been conferred with this award, with this honor of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Global Peace Award. You see, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. has contributed a lot towards fight against the racism and all, right? And this award was jointly presented by Washington Adventist University and AIAM, the Association of Indian American Minorities. So remember this award. Then in the festivals, we have the Guzaba Goreng 2-week Thanksgiving festival being celebrated in the Indonesia, in Bali, Indonesia. Remember this festival, Guzaba Goreng 2-week Thanksgiving festival celebrated for the bountiful harvest in Bali, Indonesia. You see, in the Indian subcontinent as well as these countries, harvest is celebrated in various forms, right? In India, we celebrate Onam, Sakranti, etc. Lodi, Onam, Sakranti, etc. All these are harvest related seasons, right? So this is also Thanksgiving season, Thanksgiving festival in Bali, Indonesia. It is observed or celebrated. Moving on to sports, you have the Indian wicketkeeper and batsman Rishabh Pant. Rishabh Pant has become the most expensive player in the history of IPL. Okay, 27 crore ki bidding ke saath, and has been taken by Lucknow Super Giants. Most expensive overseas player at IPL 2025 auction is Josh Butler. Most expensive uncapped player at IPL 2025 is Rasik Dar, then from RCB. And then you have each team allotted total budget of 120 crore. So this is not at all important. Just skip this thing. Just remember Rishabh Pant, most expensive player in the history of IPL. Okay, this is the thing. Then you have 40th All India Governors Gold Cup International Football Tournament. It has concluded recently, where in Paljor Stadium, Gangtok, Sikkim. So in Sikkim, it has concluded. Who was the winner? Winner was Northeast United Football Club. Remember the name of the winning club, Northeast United Football Club. Then we have Denmark's Anders Antonsen and South Korea's Se Yong-an. They have the China Masters Badminton 2024 in Shenzhen, China. They have secured men's and women's singles titles respectively. So Anders Antonsen has clinched the men's title in China Masters Badminton, and South Korea's Se Yong has won the women's title in China Masters Badminton. Remember, held in China only. Then in hockey, Men's Junior Asia Cup 2024. It is set to take place in Muscat, Oman from November 26 to December 4. You all know that, right? So where is this Men's Junior Hockey Asia Cup being held? It is being held in Muscat, Oman. Total 10 teams are there. And remember one thing which can be important from here, Indian team in this event, the Hockey Men's Junior Asia Cup, Indian team is captained by Amir Ali. So remember the captain of Indian team here. This name is important, right? So Indian team is captained by Amir Ali, And who is the vice captain? Rohit is the vice captain. Next news is N. Sriram Balaji and Ritvik Bolipalli. They have won men's doubles title at the Association of Tennis ATP Challenge Tour in Italy. Okay, so this doubles title have been clinched by N. Sriram Balaji and Ritvik Bolipalli, and they have defeated their French counterpart in this event. In wrestling, India has clinched a total of 7 medals. Remember how many? 7 medals, including 3 gold, 1 silver, and 3 bronze at the World Military Championships held at Yerevan, Armenia. So remember the location as well. First of all, the location itself is important. Where was this event held? The World Military Championship was held in Yerevan, Armenia. How many medals did India in wrestling did India won? In wrestling, India won 7 medals. The bifurcation, if you see, is 3 gold, 1 silver, and 3 bronze medals. Okay, 7 medals in total. Gold medal, you see, has been clinched by India's Ritika Huda. Remember, Ritika Huda from India has clinched this gold medal in women's 76 kg category. Then Jyoti Sihag in women's 55 kg category, and Jaideep in men's 74 kg freestyle category. Okay, and silver medal has been clinched by your Subeda Sharvan in the men's 70 kg freestyle category. Moving on to next news, you have Asian Cricket Council has announced that Sony Pictures Networks India, as a part of Japan's Sony Group Corporation, had begged media rights for all the ACC tournaments. All the ACC tournaments going to happen from 2024 to 2031. Whatever ACC tournaments are going to be held from 2024 to 2031, media rights have been clinched by Sony Pictures Networks India. Okay, so all the media rights are with the Sony Pictures now for all the Asian Cricket Council tournaments to be held up to 2031. Remember this. This shows the growing international stature and appetite of ACC Asia, right? And remember, till 2023, Star India had the media rights. So remember, the Sony Pictures Networks will be having the media rights. Then we have Flip appointments. Moving on to next category, appointments mein Flipkart Group has announced appointment of Dan Bartlett, Executive Vice President of Corporate Affairs at Walmart Inc. to the Board of Directors. Okay. Then Ramraj Cotton has appointed Bollywood actor Abhishek Bachchan as the brand ambassador. So remember, Ramraj Cotton has appointed Abhishek Bachchan as the brand ambassador. Then we have FSIB, the Financial Services Institutions Bureau. FSIB has recommended Binod Kumar, who is current Executive Director of PNB, as the next Managing Director of Indian Bank. So remember, the next Managing Director of Indian Bank will be Binod Kumar, as your recommendation given by FSIB, Financial Services Institutions Bureau. Questions, Shreya, we discuss at the end of the discussion, right? The class is not yet over. Once the class is over, once this news analysis is over, I will be giving you the questions. If you have been regular in the classes, you must be knowing that at the end of the class, we discuss the top 5 MCQs. All right. So just wait for a few minutes. We will be having the questions as well. Don't worry. Now we have this news. FSIB has recommended Binod Kumar for Indian Bank MD. Now, FSIB is an important body, Financial Services Institutions Bureau. You should remember earlier this was known as BBB, Bank Board Bureau. So, FSIB has been recently constituted by Government of India. What does this do? FSIB has to give recommendation for these top executive and director level appointments in your financial institutions, including banks, public sector banks. Is this clear? So, FSIB is very important body. It gives recommendations only for the appointments of these top level positions in the financial institutions and PSBs. Then moving on to conferences. So recently you see COP29 is almost regularly in news. We have discussed about this in Baku, Azerbaijan. So at this COP29, world leaders, they have agreed on the Baku financial goal. okay, Baku financial goal, where they committed $1.3 trillion for climate finance. Remember how many? They have committed $1.3 trillion for climate finance for the developing countries, to assist the developing countries in the path of shifting to climate based projects and providing them climate finance. So remember this thing, and remember COP30 is to be held where? In Brazil, Belém. This is again important. Where will COP or COP30 be held? COP30 will be held in Brazil. The next is UN Climate Change COP29 again has included tourism in its action agenda, with over 50 governments endorsing the COP29 declaration on enhanced climate action in tourism. Okay, and so this is the thing, they have included tourism as well for climate action, climate related action in tourism industry and sector as well at the COP29. Remember this, because they want the tourism industry. See, tourism sector or tourism industry is also one of the fastest growing. All the countries are targeting tourism industry to increase their economic prospects, right? So that has also to be carbon neutral. It also has to be low carbon industry with lesser emissions. So tourism has also been included. Now moving on to obituaries, important days in persons in news. Let's see what do we have. Yes, Shreya, that pattern has already changed. It has been almost 1 week. I think more than 1 week. We have changed the pattern. We have moved back to the old pattern. We will be discussing the current affairs in this PDF format, and then at the end I take up the top 5 MCQs from the news discussed same day itself. Okay, shorts. So you have PDF plus shorts. Now important days mein we have National Cadet Corps, NCC, the largest uniformed youth organization. So we have their 76th raising day celebrated on 24th November 2024. So remember, 24th November 2024 celebrated as 76th raising day of the NCC, National Cadet Corps. Then we have the last news, which is person in news. So Binny Bansal has exited from board of PhonePe, and that's why in news. Okay, this much is there. Now moving on to the top 5 MCQs or the shorts. So if you see the shorts or top 5 MCQs. Now I will be expecting answers from all of you. Quickly give me the answers. Okay, first question from today's discussion only. Which of the following is set to become a part of the benchmark BSE Sensex, replacing the JSW Steel? What is the correct answer? Tell me. The correct answer here is Zomato. You see, we have discussed in the class, Zomato is set to become a part of the BSE Sensex, replacing JSW Steel. Zomato is the right answer, option C. Next question. SEBI has proposed that the clearing corporations, they could retain 49% of their holdings, while the exchanges should be provided a 5-year window to bring down their stake from 51% to how much percent? Tell me. What is the SEBI's proposal regarding this diversification of the ownership of clearing corporations? From 51%, it has proposed that the exchanges should reduce it to how much percent in a period of 5 years? Yes, anyone? 51% to? Tell me quickly. 51% to? 25%? No, 51% to 15%. Okay, 51% to 15%. Remember, E is the right option here, 15%. Then question number 3. Recently, RBI has increased the transaction limit for UPI 123 Pay from 5,000 rupees to how much rupees or how many rupees? From 5,000 rupees to how many rupees? Transaction limit of UPI 123 Pay has been increased with the immediate effect. Yes, anyone? What is the correct option? So the right answer is 10,000. 5,000 to 10,000 has been raised. Okay, 5,000 say it has been increased up to 10,000 rupees. The transaction limit for UPI 123. Yes. Also, I'm giving you a homework. You tell me what is there any increase in the UPI Lite transaction limit and wallet limit? I'm giving you this work. Okay. If you know already, you can tell me right now what increase or change has been there as announced in the MPC last MPC meeting held, which I have discussed with you in a separate video in much detail. You can go through it. So tell me how much increase has been there in UPI Lite transaction limit plus wallet limit. Okay, this is UPI 123. 10,000 is the correct answer. Question number 4. Which place in India has become the first in the country to deploy hydrogen buses for public transport? Which place in India has become the first in the country to deploy hydrogen buses for public transport? Yes, question number 4. What is the correct answer? Ladakh, Pune, Mumbai, Vadodara or Chennai? Question number 4. So if you remember from the class, Ladakh is the correct option, right? Ladakh has become the first place to deploy hydrogen buses for public transportation. Last question of the short series. In wrestling, India has clinched a total of how many medals, including 3 gold? Okay. So you have the answer in the question indirectly itself, but then still tell me how many medals India has won? How many medals India has won in the World Military Championships in Armenia? How many medals did India won at World Military Championships at Armenia? How many total medals? So the correct option would be 7, right? 7 medals India has won, including 3 gold, 1 silver and 3 bronze. So this was it for the shorts as well. And this was it for 23-24 November news analysis. I have discussed all these news. Remember these SEBI proposals which we have discussed, they might be important, and please remember all these transactions limit which have been increased. This is not in news right now only. It was decided in the MPC's meeting with the last meeting itself. So, and the homework which I gave you, the transaction limit and the wallet limit for UPI Lite, you have to tell me how much it has been increased. Okay, very good. Very good, Shreya, right? So that was it for today's news analysis and shorts. Please go through this content in this manner. And the purpose of these top 5 MCQs, including them at the end of the session, is to provide you a hint as to which kind of news are more important, okay, out of the content. So please revise in this manner, and I hope the session was useful for you. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next session. Till then, have a great day. Thank you.